clouds and sky. That's also where all your documents are now. So now this next one to our left, you can read for yourself. This chair-shaped building is from 1929. It's our beloved Civic Opera Book building. That is a throwback to the Latin alphabet because we're so fancy schmancy and sophisticated. See above the lettering though on the balconette? See the comedy and tragedy on theater masks? That's an advertisement. Behind that facade is the Opera House. The offices wrap around it.
किसी ने join Guys, join fast. You are missing the very nice thing. Let's do a Chicago tour on the boat. Join fast. Spectacular.
It is important to remember that in real life,
After that, we'll go to the Millennium Park.
Take, for example, post-fire Chicago. For 3 whole decades, they're experimenting with new caissons.
इसके बाद हम जाएंगे मिलेनियम पार्क.
कहीं और तो आपने कुछ बताया जाएगा.
Then they shift into Art Deco in the 1920s and 30s. 2 whole decades of doing that. Art Deco likely would have persisted into the 40s, but it all came to a halt for World War II. There's next to zero advancement in this area during that decade. Then we returned from the war in the mid-century, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. They abandoned stone buildings for 3 whole decades. You're going to work in office, begging for the pension, hoping for promotion, trying to get that corner off.
कविश को लेके आऊँ यहाँ पे एक बार. दिखेगा नहीं, है ना? एक बार लेके आना चाहिए.
That very same firm in the 1970s went crazy. They lost their minds. And they built a big white box. There's Gateway Center 3. Watch me convince you that that is a far cry from modern. The building is full of colors. There are 2. 2 is twice that of 1. Check that map. If you double anything, it's a big deal. The building, Gateway Center 3. It's got a masonry exterior. That's all stonework. You can see the building's decorated with stone on the outside. See the windows? They're recessed into the facade. So you get shadows, texture, depth. But watch this. Go vertical. The windows that are recessed, slowly but surely, towards the top, begin to punch their way out, and then you become flush with the facade at the top. Oh my gosh. Okay, now you're right. They call that the international style. It's meant to be decorative and bland, right? Like the idea was you could have taken that plan anywhere around the world, right? And the culture, the likelihood accepted.
Hello.
You still get the office spaces.
Let's have a boat tour of Chicago.
You also know from our journey, it wasn't until the 1980s when they began to abandon the box and break that genetic makeup. They began to do in the 80s things like contextualism. There on the right, you'll see a abandoned building, outdoor dining, because the river is beautiful, have your lunch here, green reflective convex glass.
What's that?
And then here to our left, a big mural on this central panel. I used to not talk about this building at all. Then 6 years ago, the building got a new owner. Once he realized that, boom, mural. It's working. I love it. If you are a Rand McNally enthusiast, you've already got it. See the dock in the middle? You are here. It's a map of downtown Chicago. Emphasis on the waterways, which is the swamp.
Sempre तो like to say hello. मासी लोग हैं नेहा, मासी शिल्पा आंटी.
Grid system. You know that's from the Daniel Burnham in 1909. In the Batman film, The Dark Knight, in the bank robbery scene, when the Joker takes off on the school buses with all the money on Van Buren, they filmed the bank robbery scenes in the old lobby there on the right at the former main Chicago post office. Even the Batcave scenes were filmed in the old post office, the big room that was used as the Batcave. There are 18 of those rooms in the old post office called production floors. That's where a small army of people for decades used to sort mail by hand. Now Burnham envisioned this building in his plan. He wanted to have a roadway going through a public building. They would not build the Eisenhower 290 until 1954, but they did build the post office in the 20s and 30s with the hole in the middle, and then they waited. Folks, the old post office has never looked so good in my life. The building was beat up, falling apart. It was dilapidated. In 1996, the building was left abandoned. It racked up 21 building code violations while it sat there falling apart for 2 decades.
इसमें
When
लिखते
you see
कहाँ
it in
पे
the Batman movie, it looks like it belongs in Gotham.
तुम ही तो बोलते कि इसमें लिखते हैं कि बोल बोलते हैं.
Now, it was purchased in 2016 by a patent called 601 West Company.
Let's have a
They're gonna
Chicago
spend
tour.
$1.3 billion when they're all said and done. They have turned the building into Class
Bye
A
bye,
offices.
Shilpa.
People are back in there working.
Hello,
now for
Shilpa, and
years.
bye bye,
They will
Shilpa.
spend
Hello,
more, though, as
Neha.
here on the right, they have yet to do their Riverwalk project. Online renderings show what that will look like. But we in Chicago are very pleased indeed to watch the old post
Jojo
office
जग रहा है,
renovation
जल्दी जल्दी
that's
join कर लो।
naturally able to bring a lot of attention to an otherwise forgotten quadrant of Chicago's beloved Southwest Loop. That is a direct quote from the Tribune Company. I read that and I was like, that's amazing. I'm taking that. I'm going to plagiarize that. Yeah, I could run for office. So on this tour, and I really should, this week. We don't just talk about the past here on this tour, friends. We explore the history to develop that appreciation for now. But on this tour, we also do look to the future. 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 Brand new neighborhood being built here just north of our dock. After the tour, maybe spend 5-10 minutes wandering through here while everyone else is waiting for an Uber. 3 of the 4 buildings here are done. They'll build that 4th one shortly, but you got the mid-rise over there called the Grand Central. It's painted concrete
Okay,
and glass.
friends, bye-bye
Pool
for
deck,
now.
golf simulator,
Stay
lovely
tuned.
amenities, shared
Bye-bye.
spaces for those who live there. Studio 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. A lot of the same stuff you'll find over there at the Cooper. The Cooper is unique though in